The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 112. Thank you so much for joining us today, this morning, this evening, this afternoon, however you choose to listen to us. We really do appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Sitting to the left of me tonight is the game changer herself, Jazz.
Hello.
And sitting to the right of me is the trail master of puppets, Udi.
Hello.
Yeah, so if this is your first time listening to us, welcome. We think you find the water to be very warm here. We happen to be a collection of Disneyland enthusiasts who just love to have frank and open discussions about the park, the attractions, and sometimes we have differing opinions, and that's great because that means we get to learn from each other and discuss and Udi does not want to discuss anything that's not Udi related.
My way or the highway.
There you go. See what I mean? So anyways, we are in the second quarter of 2020. Yes.
Does it even matter right now?
It kind of matters because in the future when someone downloads, because people that we get listeners and they go, hey, I'm gonna start back from the beginning, so we have like a reference. So second quarter of 2020 and. Yeah, there's a lot. There's nothing going on, but there's a lot going on. Current status is park is closed, and things are changing, and we're going to talk about them. All right, if you want to connect with us, you can follow us on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. You can also go to our website, which is leavingtodaypodcast.com. There you will find links and ways you can actually support us if you'd like to. Help out at all. We've got a Patreon page, $1, $3, and $5 tiers, and we welcome anyone who wants to do that. There's zero pressure. You can also go to tpublic.com and buy a shirt. We might have some shirts coming out. Yeah? No?
No,
Okay.
Udi was playing footsies with me.
Oh.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, sometimes on the show we do play footsies,
Yeah.
but... Okay, so... Tonight, we are going to diverge a little bit. Divert from where we were. We were talking about food in the different lands. We were going to come up on Frontierland, but some other stuff has happened in the last 7 days that probably needs to have a discussion. Namely, it's going to be the Splash Mountain name change and theme change, and also the park. It stalled out for its opening up on July 17th. So we're going to talk about that. I actually have some other good news things I wanted to throw in there for some good news topics, but we'll see how it goes. But tonight's, of course, we have 101. So anyways, tonight's opening question is, now that the park is going to be not opening on July 17th, when will the Disneyland Resort open up? Jess?
September 27th.
September 27th. Is that just a random date? Mm-hmm. Okay. Udi?
Yeah, she went, hold on. I'm going to get really technical.
Okay.
I'm just going by my feels. Okay, I was right about the last one.
You were right. What day is the 27th? Is it a Friday?
I don't know. I really didn't even look.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. So it won't be that, but
I'm going to go August 14th.
That must be a Friday.
Yep.
that's when I get my wisdom teeth out.
Or 21.
Let's
21.
go with that one.
Okay. August 21.
Yep. Oh, no. Or here, a date that 28, which I should have been there anyway, for celebration. But anyway.
For August 28th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, my guess is going to be early September. When is September 1st? When is that? Like Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
That would be midweek Tuesday. So the weekend, so you'd go 28 like me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'll choose the 28th.
Okay.
I just don't think they're ready yet.
Of August?
Well, no. The only holdup is our wonderful California governor and government.
Yeah.
They were ready to go, but when you read the statement, it was, well, we're not even get our plan looked at till after 4th of July. They can't prepare in a week and a half.
There's no way.
If it isn't approved, they're not going to move forward until our government,
Yeah.
and I hate saying that word right now, says it's okay.
Okay.
And if you own a business,
Yeah.
you have no choice. You have to wait.
But
Because what if you go down the road and they go, oh, no, not good enough, or you didn't have to do that, expenditure, time, all that plays into what's going on.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, there you go.
Okay. Gotcha on that. So we have August 28th and September 27th. Sure, why not?
Go with it.
But
Why not?
okay, so actually we'll talk more about that in the news. And that is the opening question. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Introductions? Okay. All right, so now let's go to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Okay, the first news item is that cast members were given guidelines of what to expect on opening date. So actually, even though the park is not going to open on the 17th, the downtown Disney District will be opening up on July 9th, which, I think a few episodes ago, I mentioned that maybe it's smart to open up downtown Disney for a little bit, just to see what's going on. And actually, they were doing that because they had this the 9th and then the 17th, so that was a little over a week in between. So apparently, it's going to be a little bit longer than that. So here is, so this is for the cast member, right?
Yep.
Yeah, a health screening checklist will be provided by the company. It is the expectation that each employee will do the home check prior to leaving for their shift. I don't know what the home check is. I guess that's making sure you're not sick, right?
I would think, yeah.
Okay. Please notify the appropriate contact if you are unable to report as soon as possible. The company has agreed that for the period of July 5th through September 1st, 2020, no attendance occurrence will be issued for this.
That's huge.
That is huge.
That's huge.
Okay, that's a union thing, you think, right? Yeah. Okay.
And really, it's a fairness thing. I think if they would have kept people to that same attendance level, it wouldn't be very good, I don't think.
No, not at all. A secondary temperature check will be done with a contactless thermometer when you arrive to work after clocking in. It will be done by a leader or other person designated by the company. If your temperature is above 100.4 and you need the cooling off period, that will be on the clock. Okay. Cooling off period will be about 5 minutes. And I think that you have to sit in a meat locker for 5 minutes and then they check it again, right?
Fair.
Okay. If a temperature still exists, you will be sent home and report pay will be based on contractual language by the union, I guess, or whatever. So now that's the employees. Now we talked about the guests. We talked about this the last time. All guests will be required to wear masks and cannot go into an indoor location without a mask. Actually, that part was new. We didn't talk about that last time. Oh, did we? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can walk around. Wait a minute. You get to wear a mask, but if you go into an indoor mask, you cannot. If you go inside, you definitely have to. I don't see, but it kind of contradicts itself.
It does contradict itself.
All guests will be required to wear masks. Got it. And cannot go into an indoor location without a mask. But if required, you should be wearing one anyways. Yeah. There have been changes to queues, eating areas, cash registers, and cleaning products. Okay. Personal hand sanitizer will be provided for all, and refill stations will be available. Face shields will be given and okay to use in addition to the mask where 6 feet social distancing is not obtainable. You have to wear the face mask and? Okay.
Some places.
Okay. Plexiglass will be added where appropriate. Sure. Let's see here. They were talking about restaffing here. They said the recalls will be done in 2 weeks. In the first wave, cast members will have the option to decline returning to work and remain on furlough without losing any unemployment or medical benefits or seniority. In the second wave, recalls will be done in reverse order of seniority. At that point, cast members will have to return to work and go on extended leave of absence pending approval or forfeit their job. So that's after September 1st, I guess. Okay. Is any of this shocking to anyone right now?
No.
No, but they're all horrible.
Okay. No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't agree with most of this stuff, but whatever. I don't work at Disneyland, but but you know what? If you're working there, you you sort of do it. I mean, I wouldn't quit my job because of this. Would you, Udi?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
You would, really?
I'd be gone.
Oh.
I don't want to live in that world.
Well,
I mean, I know I'm fortunate right now in where I work and how I work. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example this week.
okay.
We were hitting about 100, okay?
Yeah, we definitely were, yeah.
And I was up in a rafter. And as we work, we already can't wear shorts or anything.
Sure.
So I am literally one layer away from heat burning down, and I'm up there for hours. If I had a mask on, I would have passed out up in the rafters, and I'm 8 to 10 feet up.
Jeez.
So you imagine what would have happened if I passed out up there.
Right.
I probably would have fallen and seriously injured or died.
Yeah.
So if I have to constantly work in an environment where all those things are going up and you are now affecting my health, I'm out. I'm out. I couldn't do it. And so as a rule, I can't.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. And now having conversations with multiple people who have to work in that environment, it's horrible. They hate it. And I won't go, I mean, I could go off on running around about the mask and da-da-da, but what's the point?
Sure.
It's become so politicized that it won't matter. You
Right.
either follow the mantra of wear a mask or you're on my camp where I'm like, you're dumb. Right? I don't think, dumb is too strong, but it's not necessary.
Gotcha.
It won't do anything for you.
Okay.
But you know, it's where you fall on the fence, right? So yeah, making a short story long, I would quit.
Yeah.
I would quit.
Okay. I think honestly, I would give it a shift or two just to see how I reacted. And depending on what my position was at the company, if I was a cast member working attractions, I think that would be kind of difficult. I'm just thinking like if I was running Big Thunder, for example, it'd be kind of hot out there for that.
You think about that for a moment. You think about any kind of queue that has exposure. Think about it.
Sure. Yeah. Very challenging times for sure.
And then you have to also think about there are HIPAA laws that get involved. They shouldn't know your health. What if you don't want to tell people, hey, I have asthma or I have a condition where with my breathing and any number of things not their business to know. And then you make the argument like, well, I can't wear one. You have to, and then you have to
explain why.
Yeah, and then there are so many reasons why where we're at right now is so incredible.
Right.
The people who are making a cut and dry line of like wear one, you have to, or whatever, they're not being fair.
Right.
And they don't know enough. I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's ask the lady who actually has to wear one all day.
Yeah. Jess, what do you think?
The highlight of my day.
Is it? I mean,
Well, I mean, it is right now.
Sure. You're running around all day. Has it affected you?
It's not awful. I mean, it's not pleasant, but we take it off as soon as we get like to the back server station so that we can breathe, or we go into the walk-in and take it off, and like we'll put them in the freezer and then put them back on.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
To cool them down now.
But I mean, some of my servers, one had a panic attack / it was too hot in the restaurant, and so he started like throwing up, and so I sent him home. And the other one had an asthma attack because she shouldn't be wearing one, but she doesn't want to upset the customers, so she does it.
Yeah.
Right there, perfect example.
Right.
So I mean, it's rough on him.
Yeah.
Especially when they're out in the 105-degree heat on the patio because people sit outside because they think it's safer. That they're struggling. It's hot. So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
welcome to my life.
I don't want it.
No.
I don't blame you at all.
Okay, so and the next item, I actually wanted to move up a little more positive news. New Jungle Cruise art prints and a skipper knapsack sailing to Disney Springs.
I would carry that knapsack.
Heck yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Sure, yeah. Welcome aboard this expedition through Disney Springs. Well, of course, that's the Florida version of Downtown Disney, although it's a much bigger. I imagine it's going to come over here soon.
I would wonder if you could buy it online.
You might be able to.
Like on the Disney website?
Yes.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Okay, look. While I talk about it, there's a whole new assortment of merchandise themed around the world-famous Jungle Cruise attraction. There's artwork. There's a new knapsack. So the Art of Disney, they have found 2 new Jungle Cruise art prints for your own collection. They can be purchased from Art on Demand. Oh yeah, that one's super good. So these are really good. I mean, how do you describe that, Udi? The first one.
It would be what do we have? We have a hippo in the front of a pair of them, and that would be who is that on the right? What would we call that? The one of the temple god. But
Yeah, temple
I
god.
feel like that is more indie.
No,
Like-
it's on the left-hand side.
Oh
at the
yeah.
beginning.
You're right.
That's where the temple is, right?
Correct. And then you have the actual ship, and then there's a elephant on top of it, giraffe in the background, and it says "World Famous Jungle Cruise" on top of it. Explore the river of the world. I like that a lot.
How much do you think the backpack is?
105, 125.
Think?
Yeah.
That backpack.
I was thinking like 75.
I had it at about $80 to $100 in that range.
It's on eBay for $99, so that's
Is
why
it?
I'm curious.
Oh, it'd be lower then.
I think it's lower.
Okay.
It may only be like 65 then, I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
What are those other bags that everybody likes, like you like, or
Loungefly.
The Loungefly?
Yeah.
They're pricey, but
How,
I mean,
how much is a Loungefly?
Annika bought
Like
her
85?
her Dole Whip one, 70.
Yeah.
so that's probably roughly what they'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other print looks really cool too. It looks like it's just an artist rendering of the whole attraction.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
attraction itself.
Those are probably
Backside of water.
those are probably about 40.
I was to say 45.
Yeah, I dig those. A lot, yeah. And then we get to the knapsack here, which is like
So cool.
it looks like it belongs on either Indy or the Jungle Cruise. It's a canvas color. It says Jungle Cruise Skipper on the top flap, and then inside looks like there's some tiki.
Those are on the sides.
Oh, on the sides. Okay.
Pockets.
Okay. I don't know if it's like a backpack or is it
is
shoulder.
yeah, it's a backpack.
Okay.
I would use that as a purse.
Oh,
Yep.
I can see you wearing that.
And put a
Jess.
brick in it and hit people over the
Yeah.
head with it. But
I
yeah.
so would.
I know you
Would you wear that?
When her inner Karen comes out.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Would you-
My
wear
inner
that?
Karen.
I would.
Really?
I wear her on my left sleeve now.
Yeah,
What are you
okay.
talking about?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad finally we're getting some more Jungle Cruise stuff. This kind of makes me really happy that they're thinking like this.
Yep.
And I'd love to see more of this coming out.
Okay.
Okay. So next news item is that the park was scheduled to open on July 17th, but due to
I know what happened.
Jess, go tell us.
So I guess July 17th.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
So see what happened was Udi called them, and he dropped the LTP word.
Yeah.
And said, "Look, she can't be right," and that's what happened.
Oh yeah.
Am I wrong, Udi?
True story.
Yeah, true story. So I don't know. I mean, is it a combination of there was a union letter that came out to
Yeah,
Disney?
there was, and they were kind of saying that was too early, and I kind of went, "Suck it up, Buttercup, you can do it." My opinion, it is more of a government failure than a Disney failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because remember that Bob Iger is on this board.
Yep.
To get.
California back open, huh?
Yeah, and he definitely has a vested interest in this.
Yeah, you think?
So he's probably not too happy.
No,
It's
I would be mad, like running
Yeah.
around, like threatening people,
Yeah.
throwing my ball, picking up my ball, and going home, kind of mad.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I could see them. I mean, Yeah. No, I mean their hands are tied with red tape. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But again, where we live and where the park is located, they have an overabundant amount of that mountain of red tape. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, on top of it, too, I'm pretty sure there'll be a fear of liability at one point, even though if you read their verbiage, they're already using verbiage to protect the company from any kind of lawsuit due to COVID.
Right.
Which, duh, you would.
Sure.
If you're a company of that size or any company, really, you should be putting that verbiage in whatever you put out about opening or reopening and whatnot.
Yeah.
They need to put that verbiage out there.
Of course.
They need to protect themselves, which is fair.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And, it's just... It sucks for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and not only just for me as a park enthusiast and a park goer, but just the cast members, too. Are they still, maybe they're getting on their furlough pay and all that kind of stuff,
Well,
you think?
from my understanding is Disney was going to pay for them, they're giving them their rate through the duration of it. I don't know if that is still going on.
Okay.
I do know that the extra bump that people were getting as far as being in unemployment, that will be coming to an end. I think in a couple weeks. I could be wrong. I know it's coming up pretty quick.
Okay.
So a lot of the people who had been getting that bump are now going to be back to whatever their normal rate would have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if it's the right call or not. I just want things to return back to normal, and I don't know. I got mixed feelings about this whole thing, but I saw the news. I'm like, darn it, here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was that going on. So, and then as soon as I guess we're all going to know, and we're not going to break the news here on the LTP.
And I want to thank everybody. I mean, I had my phone blowing up from people in different forms, text message, on social, email. Hey, they're not opening. Hey, I had people coming out of everywhere, letting me know, and I'm eternally grateful. I knew already, but don't stop that, because there's going to be a moment in time where people are going to hit me with something I don't know, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So I'm incredibly grateful for everyone who did that, and keep it coming. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job, LTP Nation.
Yeah. Family man.
All right. So the next news. All right. Let's see. Was it? Oh, you know what? What are they going to do with this with us AP holders?
No word. I haven't heard anything yet.
They're not going to charge us for a while.
No.
I mean, when it initially happened, they said they would not charge us until we were back on an open schedule. So we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
And yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, and we were going to talk about the reservation system. I wanted to bring that up, but it's kind of futile, right?
Now,
yeah. And
then, I mean, we can go over it real quick.
Sure.
There were a lot of issues coming out of Walt Disney World, failures and whatnot, and an outage and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes. Wait a minute. Did Disney World get pushed back yet?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you got to remember, they're in Florida. Mm-hmm. Florida opened up a lot quicker. Now they're dialing back a bit. But they had the go, and they had a government there that was actively pushing to reopen, as opposed to our government here, which they're actively pushing to keep everything closed.
Gotcha.
So that is the big difference between both of them.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, and that's going to wrap up the news for tonight. Now let's go over to our favorite segment of the show. It's One-on-One with Jess.
Boo.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Welcome to One-on-One with Jess, where we see the magic of Disney through the eyes of a passionate guardian of Walt's legacy.
All right, my friends. Well, welcome back to One-on-One with Jess. It's a pleasure to have you all here.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, you're welcome.
You mean you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
As usual, we're going to start with This Day in Disney History, which is brought to you by our one and only Dan.
Yo, what up, Dan?
Okay, so we are going to be going back to June 28th of 2003. Does anyone want to make a guess?
June 28th.
What year again?
2003. Is it park related?
Yes and no?
Okay. I'm trying to think. 2003 was... That's the year I think Winnie the Pooh opened up.
I was
Oh, no.
I was a freshman.
A what?
A freshman.
In high school? Oh, my God.
This little Bogwin. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. June 20th.
All I remember about 2003, I was like on my third or fourth time seeing Metallica by then. I don't know.
I have no idea.
all I cared about at that moment.
2003.
Yeah, I'm not good. I don't know.
No guess? Really?
Nothing from... Wow, okay. Deep cut, deep cut.
It's just park history alone.
Well, it's park related and something else related.
Deep cut. Here we go.
No? All right. The world premiere of the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, takes place at Disneyland.
Oh, you were there. You were there.
No, I
No.
didn't go to that one. I went to the third and the fourth.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. So, now I lost my spot. Produced by the Walt Disney Pictures. The film is based on Walt Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. The story follows pirate Jack Sparrow and blacksmith Will Turner as they rescue the kidnapped Elizabeth Swan from the cursed crew of the Black Pearl, captained by Hector Barbosa, who becomes the undead skeletons at night. The film will open in the U.S. theaters July 9th.
Yo ho.
I love that movie.
Yep.
It's a fun
When
fact.
you have little baby swan. Yo ho.
Right?
that.
Yeah.
It just takes you back.
Yeah.
And I love that very much.
I'm so happy that Disney did stuff like that. I'd love for them to do more of that in the
Oh,
future.
yeah, it
need
was super
to.
cool.
Yeah.
It was super, super cool.
Okay.
Let me open up what we got going on here. Now, I blocked you guys from Instagram, I'm sure. I don't know if you all ended up going on or if you saw anything.
No, I didn't see
No,
anything.
I waited, and then it got so dark, down deep in my far in my scroll that it didn't matter.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, because I had Jules, I'll have Jules do this first because I asked him to do it too soon.
Oh.
I had Jules make us a cocktail tonight.
Oh.
Not the ones that are in your hands.
We are drinking cocktails
Yes,
right
we
now.
are, but it's a themed cocktail for this evening that Jules created.
Oh, do we have to guess what it is?
Nope.
Oh, is this what Ricky's drinking?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Looks a lot like it.
Look at
It does look like it.
again, listeners. When you get to LTP status, you have your own bartender who just whips up drinks on demand.
It's great. So, I asked him to create us a Splash Mountain themed
A Splash Mountain thing.
cocktail.
Okay, so what we're looking at right now, listeners, is Jules. We mentioned him as our bartender, but he's not our bartender. He's just Jules, a really cool guy. He just delivered 4 mixed drinks, cocktails, and they are blue and translucent. And they're splash. And this is your own concoction.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, I can. It's vodka
It's vodka
with peach schnapps.
with
that
peach schnapps.
Took place in Georgia.
Okay.
Little bit of blue curacao, and then Sprite with a maraschino cherry, and then a charred cinnamon stick.
Oh.
That would be the log representation.
Oh my gosh, Jules, you are incredible.
Is it good? I haven't tried it yet.
We're gonna try it. Let's all do one. Hey, this is.
I don't want to spill.
Wait, what are we calling it? What do we call it?
Did you come up with the name?
I was gonna call it Laughing Place, but
Oh.
it's not gonna sound.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. Laughing Place was as close as I could.
The laughing place.
I like
The
it, I
laughing
like
place.
it.
Okay.
Well, we'll try it. Cheers. LTP fam.
Yep.
LTP family, you heard it. We're all taking one.
This one's for the
Here's
fam.
our real reaction. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Oh.
freaking good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Did you try this before?
I made it a little too big, and then I had a little bit too much.
right up your alley.
Oh, I love this, Jules.
Someone read my mind.
Please keep this into your repertoire.
Yeah,
When you asked for
holy.
something fruity, I was like, man, I'm gonna make it in like an hour. Like, half. That's why I was just sitting there.
Boy, Mike, when I
Okay.
the second one of these guys be hammered right now.
Yeah, that's
So-
really good.
I'd be coming on to Udi, it'd be bad.
Yeah. Then
When
I have to say no and send you home, and you'd be crying, and I would feel bad for like a millisecond, but that's all right. Thank you.
So I'm just gonna say this now as a foreshadowing teaser that when we do have our Eat Like Walt party, which we will have,
Yes.
Jules, if he'll be so kind, he'll be making the Laughing Place drinks for people.
I can do that.
Yes, because I think these are incredible.
It's really good.
It's just something.
It's really good.
Yeah, you would pay $12 for this easily. $15.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Udi, you want to take a picture of it so we can?
I'll do one later.
Okay.
And,
Ooh.
and then we'll make it pretty. For the
Okay.
gram.
Okay.
That
Okay,
way-
I'll wait.
That way it hasn't been sitting there. Like,
Okay.
You said the gram, that was really cool.
That was,
I'm hit. I'm in the.
I know, I'm 42, I'm not that hip.
Okay.
So.
All right.
okay,
So back to the show.
Okay, so yeah, so I had him do that for us. I thought that would be fun. So, all my friends. So I posted on Instagram and Facebook, but everybody actually posted it. Oh, that's good. Everybody actually posted it to Facebook, so it was nice that nobody.
Oh yeah, I don't have Facebook.
So yeah, you guys didn't see it. Okay. So I posted it on the LTP page. I said, "All right, LTP family, we're recording Sunday evening, and we have so much to talk about." I said, "We're going to need to make these boys smile. So for 101, I'm turning to you all. Let's hear your best Disney jokes, clean or make them dirty. Thank you for your continued support and love. XOXO, the game changer herself, Jess."
Awesome.
And then I posted, like the Splash Mountain. Everyone has laughing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So everyone sent in a few. So
Okay.
we'll read them. I'll start at the bottom. Okay. So this is, and there's multiple from each person. So this first one's from Jose. He said, "What does
Jose.
what does the rapper Lil Jon say when he visits Disneyland?"
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Oh.
Turned down for Walt.
Oh.
Now I have that in my head. Turn down for Walt.
Yeah. Now you're gonna hear that.
And okay, next time we go to a club, which will be like next week, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we go at least once a week.
Yeah.
It's the
There's a way
thing.
to change the knees to elbows into your hands and feet inside the car.
There you go.
Oh, you could do it. It'd be great. This one's from Justin. He says, "I have a joke. Tomorrowland."
Oh.
Wow.
Hold on. Who's Justin? Okay.
I don't know. He's one of our listeners.
Awesome.
But I thought that was hilarious.
Thank you, Justin.
Hilarious.
I'll save this for you.
Jose sent another one. He said, "If you watch The Lion King closely, you'll notice there's a lot of Simba-ism."
Oh, Jose.
I got two more. I got two more from Jose. Go ahead, Udi.
You know, I'm wondering the level of the jokes that are coming from dads, how high of a dad joke is going to be, you know?
Oh yeah, they're fun. All right, Jose says, "Why is Cinderella so bad at soccer?"
Why is Cinderella
I have no idea.
glassed up? I don't know.
Because she's always running away from the ball. Not to mention, she has a pumpkin for a coach.
I get that.
That's
I
pretty
hope
good.
I hope you get that.
That is really
Yeah,
good.
people need
dad
to get that
joke.
one.
Yep.
Yeah,
joke.
dad joke.
Okay. This is not a dad joke from Jose.
Okay.
Oh, Jose.
Why did Dopey take a box of crayons with him into the bedroom?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Dopey.
I don't know, Dopey.
Snow White asked him to draw the curtains.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Laura.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Laura.
Greetings from Hawaii.
There you go. Mickey and Minnie Mouse are at divorce court. The judge says, "I will not grant you your divorce based on mental instability." Mickey jumps up and shouts, "I didn't say she was crazy. I said she's effing goofy. You said it could be dirty." But he typed it out, but I'm not going to curse.
Oh,
Another one from Laura.
Awesome.
Another one from Laura. And, okay, she says, "Did you hear that Disney Plus is making a crossover between Star Wars and Back to the Future,
Oh,
where the
no.
time machine is half car and half person? It's called The Mandalorian." That one's for Udi.
oh, that's really good.
Oh, boo.
Awesome.
Good. I like it. I like it.
That's pretty clever.
Thank you for that one.
All right, Ken says, "Why does Ariel wear seashells?"
Well, I don't know.
because D shells are too big and B shells are too small.
Awesome.
Ken says, again, what does Daisy Duck say when she buys lipstick?
Oh, no, I don't even know.
I don't know.
Put it on my bill.
Wah, wah.
That's awesome.
And last one is from Seth.
What up, Seth?
What did Cinderella say to her prince?
What did Cinderella say to her prince?
This is my favorite one.
I don't know.
Udi,
I don't know.
want to see if it fits?
Whoa, alrighty.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy
So-
crap, yeah.
I just asked him for a little bit of humor to lighten our evening,
Yeah.
Yes.
per se.
Because where we're going to go.
Plus, it was good for our laughing place.
It was. It
Kind
was
of
good
goes
for
right
laughing
into
place.
the drink that we just have had and
Yeah.
where we're going. And yeah, that's all I have. It's
Awesome. Well,
not
thank you-
much. There's
thank
no
you for
jelly
doing that.
beans. There's no.
We've got a special drink sale, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Awesome. So now let's go to our feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
All right, so now we're going to talk about, we're not talking about Frontierland food. Otherwise, my daughters would have been here tonight. But since we're talking, we changed the subject because some stuff has developed in the last 7 days that we probably need to unpack a little bit. And we're going to do it LTP style, which means we're all going to fight. No.
That's usual. No, not all of us, just
No.
me and Udi.
Yeah. So what has happened? What has transpired? Jess, you want to talk about that at all?
You want to start it?
Okay,
you're better at explaining.
Well, so what has happened is Splash Mountain is going to get a retheme to The Princess and the Frog. And this kind of sent shockwaves out. Was it Thursday or so this happened last week?
Hold, please. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, last Thursday. And you were... In episode 111, we were talking about this. Is like, I don't see this happening. I remember saying that. But we also...
And I do remember going, I'm afraid because of the environment we're in that it may actually happen. And I don't know. I guess I was prophetic at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to talk about our thoughts first, or do you want to talk about our listeners' thoughts first? Because I did post it on Instagram.
I saw that.
You know my rule, right?
No.
Listeners first. Always.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm new to this rule. Clearly, I
No,
do not pay
But
attention.
Jess, do you want to say something
that
first?
I believe. You don't pay attention.
Well,
That
no,
is-
I just
yeah.
what I was gonna say is, I'm just gonna give my thoughts, and I'm gonna, because I think that I'm the most level-headed. No
Okay.
offense to either of you about it.
Okay,
True, though.
so Jess, why don't you go and lead us off then?
Well, I'm not a listener.
Okay, well then let's go to the listeners.
Hey, I'm just going by Udi's rules.
I know that is my rule, and I'm going to.
Stand by it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we have so we're going to go to the listeners first to see their reactions about this whole thing. And
How many did we get?
we
out of
got.
curiosity?
Well,
Quite
I'm
a
looking.
few.
It says there's 19 comments, but some of those were from me.
Yeah, I was
Right,
gonna say,
right.
yeah, our
They-
responses.
They aggregate all of them.
Yeah.
If you respond back, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So the first one from Marcus.
Hi, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus. Yeah, you know what? We can probably meet up with Marcus now. Yes, I think we're good to do that.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, he's local.
Yep.
He says, I have a lot to say, but social media is incapable of understanding nuance. So I'll just say, overall, I'm not completely opposed to the fresh take, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, that's fair.
I can agree with that.
Sure.
I understand.
My Otter 32, she says, literally makes me sick. Disney is pandering. I hope they were better than this. Should have known after taking away the redhead scene in Pirates. And a big sigh. That's a very, very good point.
I see another shirt coming.
Oh, I have another shirt coming too.
You do?
In my own mind, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Wonder Smack, and if you guys listen to episode 111, you know this is Jacob from Wonder Smack. Very cool guy. He said, check out my latest posts. I unload all my thoughts on the matter. Pissed off that they're removing my laughing place. Udi.
If you haven't read it, go read it. I kind of want to bring it up and read it when we're done here.
Okay.
He is very eloquent and very direct in what his emotions are over it.
Okay.
We did. I mean, it was kind of basically a reiteration of what he said on the show last episode. But I feel we should probably read that at the end, and that way his words can speak for him. I did comment back, and I will go ahead and probably read.
Sure.
At the end.
Yeah.
I'll read his, and then because it's kind of long, but and then I will read my my comment back.
Gotcha.
To him. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Okay, Skittle Muffin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thanks for the DM and keep it coming, buddy.
He says, I think the change is directly because of what is happening now in our country, and that's why I hate it. I called this 2 years ago when I was on the show, and when they changed Pirates, the Splash. He said that Splash was going to be next.
He did.
When they changed Tower to make it better, I was cool, but I don't see changing Splash as an improvement. Just more Disney cowering in the corner, afraid to hurt someone's feelings. If you had never seen the Song of the South, you would have no point of reference. If you are looking to be offended, you will be! ! Many of those. I hope you don't like the shooting gallery because I guess that's what's next to go. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to be open-minded with everyone's answer here, and I do not disagree with him at all.
No, and at this point, you and I are now been talking about, okay, apparently we're on now the slippery slope, and what are we going to get next? Are we going to get axed from from our Disney history for whatever apparent reason that a tenth of a percentage of the population may get mad at?
Right. Okay. All right. So Becky's next. The whole Becky Bella. Call me dramatic. Okay, Becky, you're very dramatic. Dramatic. Jess, call her dramatic.
I don't think she's dramatic.
Well, she wants to. Well, she wants to call
you
her.
are so dramatic.
Okay,
there you go. Thank you. We need a woman's version of that.
Okay. All right. She goes, but I cried. I love The Princess and the Frog and think the story and music is great and has been an underrated movie. However, Splash Mountain is such a classic. Disney has been a big part of my life and family vacations. My my grandpa is 85, and I have really fond memories of trips with him and also him dancing around the house with a singing Zippity-Doo-Dah and whistling and singing it on the ride. Mm-hmm. By the time I have kids, I don't think they will get to experience a trip there with him. And it always kind of felt like that there would be a classic attraction where I could share those memories with my kids, and it would be a way to bond. Yeah, of course. Social issues aren't beyond me. I just wish Disney could take more of an approach to discussing the diversity of their cast members, diversity of people in leadership roles, etc. I also think Princess and the Frog could fit into other places or avenues. Also, is Critter Country becoming extinct? ?
I'm okay with that.
That is a good question, and I don't know if we should address it now because I don't know if we can.
We can talk about that after we have the listeners.
Yeah, I mean, good question. Very, very, very good question.
Yes. Berated Lime says, I love The Princess and the Frog and don't have any nostalgic tie to Song of the South beyond some great childhood memories of riding Splash with my Disneyland hating dad. Is the same dad as you?
Yeah, my dad hates it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably sisters.
Yes. So I'm pretty stoked about the change. Okay. I think a Princess and the Frog theme will resonate more with today's Disneyland patronage. Okay. Plus, they should never have themed Splash Mountain to Song of the South in the first place. It was a bad choice. That said, I'm a little sad about what appears to be the continued erosion of Critter Country. It has, or had, so much potential. Again, another Critter Country reference, and that's something we probably need to talk about. Mm-hmm. I agree with some of her points, but it's okay. It's okay to disagree in some areas. She has very, very valid points here. Okay. Next comment, and this guy, I gotta say, This guy has been. There's certain people we talk about a lot. This guy we never talk about, but I'm telling you, since I opened up this account years ago, this guy's been here from day one.
Oh no!
And it's the Popcorn Yeti. You know who this guy is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this guy has been a follower for probably 4.5 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I told him he needs to chime in more because he's got really good answers. Okay, and he probably doesn't agree with me, but that's fine.
We're not here to become a collective where everyone must follow our thought.
No.
And we need to have an actual diversity of thought, not of any other thing.
Sure.
So we don't care when people disagree.
No.
It actually makes for good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and it actually helps me think differently, and I really enjoy that.
How can you learn if you're not trying to take in new info?
Sure.
You're not going to learn anything.
Yeah. Okay, so Popcorn Yeti, he says, it's about time. I can understand people being upset over nostalgic reasons, but why keep creating nostalgia over a movie that was wrong and Disney hides anyway? Well, that's true. They did pull it off the shelves.
Well, we can go. See,
we'll go into it.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
start, don't start.
Okay, because that is a discussion to have.
Sure. And it is also offensive to some people. It is also offensive to some people.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to stop at some point. Besides, with the technology we have now, they're going to plus the hell out of this ride. Tiana deserves her own ride, and a flume ride is the perfect way to ride down the bayou. Now all we need is Tiana's Place restaurant.
Oh my! I would die.
Then you know what that means. Hungry Bear going to buy.
Oh yeah.
No. I don't think.
yeah.
I don't think Hungry Bear's going away anywhere.
Oh, you want to bet? Let's take pause.
Okay.
Short bet.
Okay, sure bet.
Oh no. Okay. When we get there, because now they're bringing up Critter Country, and now my mind is starting to move in a direction. But
Oh,
anyway, we'll get there.
Can you just extend New Orleans Square? Just extend it.
Okay, we'll get there. When we go in,
But then
I want to make that part of it. But yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of things they. Okay, well, we're just gonna put a pin in this for now.
Yeah, you got
okay.
me. I'm really excited about this now.
But Popcorn Yeti, dude, please respond and more to the show because I like this guy's takes.
Having a diversity of thought is paramount in everything we do.
Yep.
We love it. We like it. I joke about it being like my way or the highway. I don't believe it in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But I love it when because that is where we get good things happening when we talk and we come up with different ideas.
Yeah. Right on. And he also said that on another positive note, Tony Baxter himself would be on board to redesign Splash. That in itself is a huge relief for me. So
that is big.
it is big. Okay. Sorry, man. I don't know who this person is. Tar Helium.
Okay.
Disney's attempt to placate. Sorry. Disney's attempt to placate the professionally outraged types is not going to stop them. It is going to encourage and empower them, and they will ramp up their rage to the 10th power and go after more attractions. They are like a child having a tantrum at the grocery store, but this is what you get in a society when all the kids get a trophy for just showing up. Is this actually Udi?
I think it is Udi.
Okay.
I think he made a new Instagram account.
Okay, you guys should all know that if I was going to say that, I would not hide behind a fake Instagram account.
That's true.
I would
That's
come
real.
running right through and be like, that is what's up.
That is what's up.
That's real.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
So, I mean, again, his point
Fair.
is, or him or her, I don't know who this is, but it summarizes what a lot of people are thinking.
You know, the expression of give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Mm-hmm.
The way I feel right now, it's give them an inch, they'll take 100 miles.
Sure.
And that is what I feel.
Yeah.
So I when we get into my thought, we'll get there. But he brings up that point, which I agree with.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bob. All right.
Bob?
Bob. Let me start by saying I love Splash Mountain. One of my favorites, like everyone else. However, change at this time is necessary, yet many don't want to do the heavy lifting that it takes to achieve change. It's not that the ride is racist. It is what it's tied to. Please welcome the change. It's not caving into the mob or pandering. Disney gets it and will always adjust to the climate of our society and to what's right. People are upset because they have memories of Splash and want their kids to experience it. I'm sorry to say that it's okay for your kids to have new memories and experiences. And that goes for the adults too. If you remember not too long ago that when Tower of Terror was rethemed, people were up in arms about it, including saying how terrible it was going to be. I even signed a petition against it. Shake my head. But Disney is a machine, and they're going to do what they want to do, like it or not. I think the majority of people would agree that Guardians flat out kicks Tower of Terror's ass as a ride, so don't worry about the new Princess and the Frog attraction. It will be great. You know it will. This is long overdue, and I'm excited to see new change in the park. I also heard that they are changing Space Mountain to Mulan Mountain. Just kidding.
Well,
I love it.
Okay, here is where I will agree and disagree with
Mr. Bob.
With Mo. Okay, one, we know whatever they do, I have faith it is going to be good.
Sure.
Okay, there has never been.
At least it's not frozen.
Preach. Anyway.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it isn't a question of that.
Okay.
Okay, because I know whatever they have planned, when we go on it, we're going to be like, okay, we may be critical, which we will be.
Sure.
But is it going to be a thing like, oh my God, what a disaster?
No.
No.
Not
at all. And so, yeah, I have faith that whatever they're going to do, it will be done well.
Mm-hmm.
The argument I have with him right now is about the memories. Not having a kid, I know it may be easy for me to say, but to me, I'm like, you're looking like when I have my niece and my nephews and my nieces, I'm looking for things that we have common and we can connect. So when you eliminate a tie there, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, you can create a new memory. I get that,
but you can't connect. Are you saying that they have road splash before?
No. I'm making a general statement.
Okay.
I'm talking about anything in general.
Because I was going to say, if they have no idea about the film, they've never ridden that attraction.
No,
you have no connection with
I get that point.
them there.
Yep.
Now you've seen Princess and the Frog.
Yep.
Most likely so have they. You're going to have more of a connection and more of that. Oh, we can both enjoy this. Oh, you remember that part in the movie?
Yep.
Like, it's so cool how they showed you this.
Yep.
It's going to be easier to connect with these younger generations that have absolutely no idea what Splash is about.
And that is where I feel like it is a deeper conversation about Song of the South. I think there is more going on than that. That is why I'm talking about that. That's why I disagree at one level with him about that, because I'm thinking people connecting at a level, there are things that we all need to connect with. And history, to me, is utterly important to connect with, because if you do not remember your history, you're going you're going to repeat it. Hands down, no way. And, well, I'll leave it there. When we get into it, I'll go into a longer diatribe of my thought.
Okay.
But I'll leave it there.
Okay, next, Fernando strikes back hard with this one.
Hi, Fernando.
Oh, buddy.
Hello, Fernando. He said, okay, missed an opportunity to make it Star Wars.
Oh, my God. Get out of here, dude.
Yoda's log ride through Dagobah has so much potential. Honestly, though, this is a good alternative. Disney didn't just decide out of the blue to do this. Everything with Disney is thought out and meticulously planned. The current climate might make it seem like it's pandering, but that's not how the park operates. It's a great way to transition New Orleans Square and hopefully bring in some life back to Critter Country. I honestly expected this years ago. Also, Song of the South is a bit racist, and Disney doesn't have the best track record when it comes to the portrayals of minorities in their older films. It's a sign of the times of when the movies are made. But it doesn't mean that we have to hang on to it just because it's old. Believe me, I'm about as anti-SJW as it gets, but this is the right move for a variety of reasons. Yeah, I think he said that well.
Yes.
Well, he has a tendency to do that.
He's pretty sharp. Minus the Star Wars crap. I'm not playing with that game.
No.
I'm not doing that.
And
Dude,
then
Yoda's flume ride.
Yoda.
Hell yeah, I'm all over.
Would not get me on it.
I would.
Right?
No, over
wouldn't.
my shoulder, you're going on. Oh yeah.
No, I did Rise. That's all you get. Because now you've combined two things that I hate. Star Wars?
No.
You don't hate Star Wars.
Hold on. I can see his face from the side.
I call
Hold on.
I call BS.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Star Wars and water rides.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Not happening.
Okay. I'm gonna go right here. Out of what you said, you only hate one of those, and that's gonna be water rides because you are no longer. No. You are no longer a hater. No, you are no longer a hater of Star Wars.
I dislike.
Nope.
Strongly.
I call BS. Nope. I call total BS. It's okay.
You understand? I still hate that land, right?
I get that.
Okay.
But you
And
do
you
not
want it to take over more of my park?
Yeah. Hey.
You're cut off.
No, I'm kidding. No,
Okay.
where it is fine.
All right.
I would love that though.
You know what I love, though? I
What's
just have
that?
to intervene.
Sure.
I love how you always have to reel him and I back in. It's great because we'll go tangent, and you're like, okay, guys. All right, so, okay, guys. All right, guys. Hey, so I was. It's great.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Barkeep.
You make it
Can I
boring.
ask a question? I didn't even know I'm not.
Oh, what's this? Listeners, we have this alternate voice out here. This is filmmaker Ricky Borba, who's got a new film coming out worldwide on July 17th.
Wait, what is it called again?
My Brother's Crossing.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go watch it because I wasn't involved in the production of it. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding.
What day of the week is that?
That is a Friday.
Okay, LTV.
It's the first movie opening in theaters post-pandemic.
Awesome. So this is a great accomplishment for our friend Ricky Borba.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, this could be a little controversial. I am literally just curious in terms of, curiosity killed the cat.
Sure.
Have any of you seen Song of the South, the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We all have.
Your thoughts about the actual movie, whether you think it's racist or not.
Okay, I'll go there. Okay, I will go there. It came in today's age, yes, it will come off that way.
Okay.
At the time,
From a certain point of view.
from a certain point of view, people a completely understandable why people today think it is.
Yeah.
When you look at it as its entirety, I don't think it is. I don't think it was meant to be. Now, the argument will come across about it doesn't matter if it was meant to be or not, but it is. Not everything is racist. Not everything is meant to be racist. Not everything. Okay. If you can find a racist thing in it, then you're looking for it. If you want context is everything, so when you're looking at it, I think it isn't. But can you find things that you can make racist? You absolutely can, and you can't argue that.
I haven't seen it in. I don't know.
It's been a while for me too.
I think it's been 11 years
but I'm
since I've seen it.
I'm going to tell you right
'Cause
now.
I worked at the park when I saw it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. The first time I watched it, I was a kid. I never at one moment said, "Oh my goodness, it's racist," because I understood what the character was about. I got what they were. I got what they were trying to do.
Yes.
Now, did it put it in the light of slavery and whatnot? Yeah, I get that. But when you look at the character and the
Time
story,
frame, yeah.
I took it as a story of hope and people looking past their trials and tribulations and making it better and finding a place to laugh and have a good time. It was more of a hopeful movie than what people make it out to be. I get that people can be outraged over it, but to me, again, not growing up in an area where we didn't raised not to look at race, it didn't matter. I didn't look at that at all. It went right over my head, any aspect of that.
So, here's the question, the second question of the evening.
Sure.
Could people potentially, in the long run, say that Princess and the Frog is racist?
Yeah.
Of course they could.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
And I know that in this we will go into, like I said, I will give my answer to Splash and the retheming, but you guys think that there's going to be an issue down the line because her mother is a tailor and they are broke and they are... Why is it racist then?
The argument that I had heard was that they, not that it's racist, that they had the chance to give a black princess representation, and for 80% of the movie,
She's a frog.
Not actually a black.
Right. I don't see it. I don't see it that
continue,
way.
and then I'll go there.
I've
that
heard
all that
I've
all
heard
that will
that.
was bolster my response.
I've heard that, but because because of the way that her father talks or talked, and because of where they lived and how they lived, and they were not fresh out of slavery. We don't know how long ago, or how long after slavery.
Well,
ended
look at
or
the
was
time
abolished.
frame. It will be a long time.
Right, but they're still
Roughly.
there's
A generation at least.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you would have the connection to slavery, but we're a generation removed from it.
right, but she's still making dresses for some rich white man.
Yep.
And but you know what I'm saying? But is there going to be this whole problem again in 15 years because it's Princess and the Frog now, and the kids, these little babies that we're raising now, are going to grow up to have a problem and think that this is now wrong, and they want it to be changed to something else because they're not going to have any clue about what Splash was.
Okay.
Right.
If we continue down the thread that we are on right now, then yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, if we continue to look at everything through the lens that a lot of people are,
Correct.
which they are right now, sadly enough, I will go here. When I grew up in the 80s. Mark, you did too.
Yes.
Ricky, you did too. When I was growing up, it was about being an individual. They pumped, you are an individual. Hence why we did our hair, we did what we did. We went and skated. We did all these things where you're an individual, okay? Now, they say the same things, but they don't actually do that. They want you to follow the mantra. So if we continue down the road that we are in right now, then 100%, and it won't even take 15 years. It will take 5 or maybe 10. And they'll be like, wait a second, why isn't, any issue you brought up, they will go point at.
Right.
If you continue to look through the lens of everything being racist or a racial lens, then of course you're going to find it.
Sure.
There's no way. When you go around looking for it, you want to find it, and you will. That is my problem with this right now, because they are looking and digging and going. I made my comment before in last episode that we are so far removed from the racial aspects of the Song of the South now that it wouldn't matter. But so in 5 to 10 years, without a doubt, they'll look back and make any argument. You find one, they'll make one. Hey,
Sure.
They don't have enough of her in the ride.
Sure.
Why is that? Because they're racist. They have her too much as a frog. Why is that? Because are you being racist? Any number of things. I can make up anything. I can go like into Crazy Town and make up something, and some people will bite onto that.
Right.
So you bet your ass that in 5 to 10 years, somebody will make some petition, and some angry tenth of a percentile of the population will go like, oh, I don't like it. So yeah, they'll find it. They will.
That's my point.
They will.
Found.
Yeah.
And to my point is like, where do we put the line? Like, okay, we hear you, and maybe we can move forward in the park, but where do you have that line where you go over to the outrage people over here in the corner who are like 5 people out of 5 million and go, shut up.
But
we're not going to listen to you.
Jess has a question.
Go, Jess.
Are there people that are going to say that it is racist that we're replacing this attraction with another African American attraction?
Yep.
Of course they will.
Yep.
Of course they will.
Because why do you and I have no problem with this. Please do not think that's where I'm going. I'm just thinking all of these different, out on this wheel, all the different spokes that we can go through. Are there going to be people that are going to say, well, why did you have to replace it with another African American film?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You couldn't have made it Frozen. You couldn't have made it Splash, but not.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You could have made it Yoda.
You could have made it Yoda.
Or you
oh my
could
God,
have
that's going down on
you
actual.
or you
recording.
could have expanded Critter Country and brought in the Country Bear Jamboree characters back in and made
Yeah, but
this.
You could have
in
made
a
it
splash
Pooh.
and made it
You could have
something
made
like
it
that.
Pooh. You
Yep.
could, I mean, there are
Pooh's
yeah.
Pooh's Honey Splash Town or something like that.
Who knows? Yeah.
Right?
I'm just. That was just.
Oh, yeah, the
No,
answer
you're
is
right.
yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yep. Absolutely.
And then when you say those 5 people that get offended, who are these people, Udi? Where do you find them? And how do you get connected to these guys?
Okay.
I mean, who are they?
Bob, Frank, Joe, and Henry.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, they're going to be,
Do they have like a face group page?
in the world?
A face group?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's alcohol. It's the Facebook page.
no. What they have is Twitter.
Okay.
What they have is Facebook. Okay, so without going to a huge diatribe about social media,
Deep dive here.
what social media has done, which is a double-edged sword, is they've given a voice to everyone. At one level, I freaking love it. I love it that everyone has a voice. You can come out and you can say what you want to say, and that's how it began. As we move down, that has changed. More and more people, without going to a diatribe about social media. What the byproduct, or one of the byproducts of, is that you have a fringe, small group of people, which, we can do that in relation to our population of our country. So it will be a few thousand people, maybe even maybe 100,000 people. But what it does, it amplifies their voice. On certain issues, I'm like, good. On other issues, I'm like, that isn't necessary. In my opinion, these are one of the instances where, do we really need to go here with this right now? So to me, that is what it is. It's a group of people who will share a thought process or an ideology, and they are allowed through the social media to make it sound like they are bigger than they are. It's kind of like a kitten with a tiger roar. You make them... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It turned out to be like Nola, a little tiny kitten running around.
My little kitty.
And with the voice of social media, they sound like
She's
a lion
Mufasa.
or a pack of lions.
No, Mufasa.
So that is what it is, in my opinion. Again, so at one point in time, these people who have now that tool to amplify their voice, which at the core of it is fine, but now it really makes it bigger than what they are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
All right. So they have a Twitter account. And
So Twitter or Facebook or any kind of social media account. And again, when it comes to that, it is such a double-edged sword now. It really, really, really is.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one more listener response. Actually, it's Jose, and he's got two things in the sections here.
Hola.
Hey, Jose.
Hello, Jose.
Wait, can you say hola?
No.
Hola.
Mark can.
So
He's
hi,
whiter than
bud.
you.
Okay. It's true.
This is true.
And this is, okay, here's what he says. I haven't read all the rest of the comments, and I certainly will. All this subject is different for me to digest or comment because I am not there. I have witnessed this and many other social matters from an outside country. Even though my first 8 years of education was bilingual and bicultural, and I live in a very Americanized city, it is not the same as being there, and I live it daily. However, I find very interesting the thoughts expressed by all you four in episode 111, and it is surprising or not the fact that I agree with you. I still find it hard for me to comment on something I'm not involved in. I feel like I have no right to say any comment, mostly in political issues. Believe me, we have our own huge issues with politics and politicians here. However, racism is a worldwide issue, and I totally agree with Udi on the fact that the more you pay attention and care about this, the more the problem is made. I can assure you that 99% of Mexicans who have ridden Splash Mountain have no idea about Song of the South. The ride is really enjoyable and really historic. continued in reply. He wrote more. I have read really good arguments for the retheming, and I agree with all of them. I am sure that the Imagineers will make an amazing job on retheming it, and lots of new technologies will be added. I would totally be up for retheming in that case. What makes me uncomfortable with it is the exact timing to do so. I'm sure all of the concept, the negotiations with the artists voicing in the ride, and the whole Imagineering was not developed in 3 to 4 weeks. It makes me wonder if they had this concept a long time ago and decided to go on with it or rush it because of the situation, and this makes everything else uncomfortable. As you said, Disney will make a minority happy, and they know the majority of hardcore fans will be there no matter what, which makes me wonder what's next. I had never thought about my, I don't know what that word is, TOCAYO? Takoyao?
Where you at?
Right there. TOCAYO?
I don't even know.
It's Jose at Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. And we, let's see. My bet is that the Jungle Cruise is next. There's lots to do about there to make it, quote unquote, politically correct. And I think retheming it for the next movie is a great reason to do it. We will see. Okay. Yeah. So that is Jose's comment on that. I think he brings up some really good points. Yeah. But he should always feel free to comment on stuff.
Always.
Yeah, because he has a totally different perspective coming from Mexico. But I don't know, is that a word that I don't know what he's trying to say about Jose. But he might be on something that Jacob was saying last week. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so those are the comments about this. The big question I have is, hey, what's gonna happen to Flash Mountain?
So sad.
I know.
So sad.
What to do now, guys?
What do you do with it?
Flash Mountain? You know what that is, Udi?
With what?
Flash Mountain? It's that page that's collected to people, mostly women,
Flash the cameras.
who actually flash the mountain, who flash the camera on Splash Mountain.
Oh man, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so those are the comments, and we actually appreciate them all. All 100% valid and all 100% worth talking about.
Yep.
So absolutely keep them coming. So let's unpack this real quick. Jazz.
Okay. I'm trying to think where I want to start. I was very
at the beginning.
Well, yeah, that's usually where I start, and then when I get to the end,
it'll be
stop.
Yep.
That's usually how it goes.
Yep.
I was very, I wouldn't say like blunt with you guys, but I was very short in my answers. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't feel like there was explanations that needed to be given to back up what I was thinking at the time. So I agree with Fernando, and I also agree with Jose. This is not something that came about in 3 to 4 weeks. This is something that the park has been working on for, honestly, probably over a year, if not more. They've been planning this, and like I told you guys, the lines for Splash, every year, no matter how hot it is, those lines get shorter and shorter and shorter. It is not an attraction that people flock to. They'll flock to it just to get out of the heat. It's not something that is exciting, that is mentally stimulating. It's not something that young kids want to ride. Do you know how many kids you could probably get on to Princess and the Frog, even though they were afraid of the drop? You're going to get more on that because they have something to associate with. They have absolutely no idea what Splash Mountain is or what Splash Mountain resembles. Do I agree with it? No. But I feel like Disney thought that this was the perfect time to say, hey, look at us. We're changing this because now we're going to appease everybody that thinks it's racist. And we're also not going to get a bunch of pushback from these diehard Disney fans because they're not pushing back. Mm-hmm. We've had what? There's one huge petition going on to keep it the way it is. That's it. They are getting, I would say, a quarter of the pushback to retheme this attraction that they got when they were trying to get rid of the redhead.
Mm-hmm.
There was more of a stink about her
Mm-hmm.
than about changing an entire attraction. And Disney sees this and they're like, you know what? We're going to take it. We're going to run with it
Mm-hmm.
because it's okay.
Yep.
Even Udi, he doesn't like it.
Mm-mm.
He's on the fence about it.
Mm-mm.
But you don't hear him bitching and moaning. You don't.
I haven't gotten my turn yet.
But
Okay.
prove me wrong then, because I don't think
No,
you're
no.
going to bitch and moan the way you did when the redhead
I won't.
was on the chopping block.
No, I won't. And I will give my points when I'm ready. Yeah, here. When's my turn?
Fair. Plus, Critter Countries, it's going down the drain. It's following Tomorrowland close on its heels.
Mm-hmm.
It is. If this gives them the opportunity to kind of boost this area, sure, maybe get rid of Critter Country. Maybe get rid of it. Extend New Orleans Square. Fine, so be it. You can put in Tiana's Place as a restaurant. You're probably going to have to get rid of Pooh, but you could do something else.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. You could do something else. You can turn that candy shop / store that's in the back corner, Pooh's Corner. You can change that to something that's more of a New Orleans-esque, like Dr. Facilier voodoo shop kind of store.
Mm-hmm.
And you can incorporate all of that, and you can bring life back to that entire land. And when I say entire land, it's like 3 things. But you can bring that back, and you can get more people over there. And I think that's what they need to do. I really wouldn't mind them getting rid of Critter Country.
Okay.
Critter Country's never been a wow thing for me.
Okay.
Yes,
Whoa.
you're going to have to figure out what to do with the canoes. That's going to need a complete retheming. You're not going to be able to call it Davy Crockett's. Like, you can't unless you move it over to Frontierland, where you can load them from Frontierland, because then that makes sense.
They won't, and they.
No, I know they won't.
I disagree. They don't need to do that.
So you think Davy Crockett would fit into New Orleans?
My point is that is already fringe enough that it wouldn't matter. What I mean by fringe is that
Like their outfits? Fringe?
no, that a lot of people don't even know they're there.
This is true.
That's true.
So
But
theming wise,
you know-
you could know, because theming wise, you could leave it there and go like, look, we're tied into the island, not that land.
You could, but what is the island?
Well, Pirates Island now, but you could retheme it. You could.
Retheme
I get
what?
your point. I get
That's
your
what I'm
point.
saying. So, like, you could do that. Yes. You could retheme. And, okay, we are not associated with New Orleans Square.
They're
we
not.
are associated with Tom Sawyer's Island, a.k.a. Pirates Lair. But pirates don't ride on canoes, Udi.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But I don't think they need to move anything, because
They
again,
don't need to move
how
it,
many
but they
people
need to
know?
retheme it.
No. How many people even know that it is there? And then
I
how
do,
many?
and that's all that matters.
Okay, LTP for life. No, but what it is that so many people don't know, and they don't even equate. They don't tie that to land.
No,
they don't.
They won't.
At all.
And I mean, I agree with that, but I'm just saying, if Disney's going to if Disney's going to dive in, you know that they're going to dive in.
Well, that is part of the argument, because now pulling back, we're going now from the up close and personal view. I'm beginning to pull back to the that 10,000 mile view of it, and my thought is, this could be the beginning of the first salvo for getting rid of Critter Country altogether.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the route that they need to go.
Well,
That they need to go?
And that might surprise people for those words to actually come out of my mouth when I
no, I'm not. I'm not.
when I bitch and moan about Galaxy's Edge taking over 14 acres of
Well,
my park.
Okay, this is where your personal like and dislike comes into play, because you have no problem, because you like Princess and the Frog, you like New Orleans Square,
I do.
You like all that. So for you, if they
Plus,
take
I got to see the cast preview of Princess
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Frog
yeah.
while
Well,
I was working at
there
the
you
park,
go.
and so I have a
You have
very
more-
close love for that. And my house is covered in New Orleans stuff. Like,
I know,
I
I
love
know.
that city, so I would be down.
That- okay.
And it's going to be beautiful.
well, there is no argument there. You're not going to get an argument who is pro and con. That
is so bad. There are things that don't move, that don't blink, that don't have lights on them anymore because it's kind of fallen.
Again, okay.
You know what I mean?
So to my point, what I'm thinking now, looking back at it, the more we go down now, the more I'm thinking, and where we're hearing from other people that this has been in the plans for a while.
For at
and
least a
I
year.
would not be surprised if they're waiting probably to D23 of next year to do anything and say anything. But because of the environment we're currently in,
Well, it made an appropriate announcement.
Right. What you said is, I think, spot on. They took advantage of what's going on. They said, look, if we do this now, our pushback will be nil. It'll be something something that is so negligible that we can go, And the majority of the people will be like, good, I'm glad. And they're taking advantage of what is going on. I think you're 1 billion% right on that.
Somebody needs to mark that down. 9:09.
That I agreed with you?
June 28th, 2020.
That Udi agrees with Jess.
Udi says that I am spot on.
Yep.
I'd like a T-shirt made of that.
Okay.
But, here's my point. There are a few things that annoy me with everything, okay? One is that whether you want to believe or not that they had this pre-planned and they've been talking about it for a while, I think I made the comment, I think, to Seth that they've had to have been working on it for a while.
Sure, of course.
And
they can't pull this
No,
out of thin air.
they cannot.
They're good. They're Disney.
They're not that
They're
good.
Disney good, but they're not that good.
So to me, I went like, okay, they're taking advantage of what's going on.
And it doesn't make it right.
No, and so I'm going to disagree because I think, again, the rationale that they're using bothers me. It bothers me.
I do not disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
But will you still write it?
Yeah, I will, because at the end of the day, whatever they're going to do, we have to go look. We have to go find out what it is. Mm-hmm. Is it better? Is it worse? Is it whatever? I'm going to go. I mean, when they changed Red, we went.
Yep.
And we found out that we hated it. I didn't like it.
She looks like a man. She sounds like a man.
But on the but the flip side is that we went on Guardians of the Galaxy,
and it was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Guardians is phenomenal.
10 million times better, Udi.
Oh yeah. Oh
Than
man.
Tower?
Yeah. Oh, I won't go 10 million.
I'll give you 10 times. Better.
Okay, I'm joking. That's a joke.
But
at the end of the day, the argument isn't whether or not it is going to be a good attraction. That isn't the point.
No, I know it's not. I know what you're saying.
The point is, to me, is look at what they're taking, and I hate it when anybody at any level looks at what's going on in the country, coming from a political or social or whatever point of view, and they're going to look, we're going to take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. I would have had a bit more respect for Disney if they would have waited until D23 and said, this is what we're doing. Because that would have gave everybody time. I would hope everything to calm down, and then I will tell you, then even these people who are mad right now, and we read our comments from our listeners, some are mad because of look at the optics of it.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. But when's D23?
It got canceled.
A year from now.
Well, okay, but wouldn't it have been this year?
Nope.
It was the year after.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
Then I retract my statement.
Yeah,
that
2021.
I didn't even make, so I retract it.
Yeah. So to me, I'm thinking, look, Disney, you're taking advantage, and I don't like that. I think right now, where we are, we don't need further. They They're acting in normal corporation mode,
Correct.
which they're going to do. They are a huge corporation. Right now, they're going to look at. I mean, they're going to post a black square, which they did.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On that Tuesday, whatever it was, they did it. Lucasfilm did it. Star Wars did it.
Yep.
They're all owned by the same person.
Exactly.
Come on.
So one did it. They all did it. That is my point. They are doing what they can to look like they're being socially. What is the word I'm looking? Responsible. They're being
You're much nicer
aware.
than
They're being conscious. They're being sensitive. And at the end of the day, my opinion about any, not just Disney, but any corporation who has done that, they're pandering. So they may have had this plan, which as I'm looking at it, they've had this plan for a while.
No, they have.
Sure.
I can't make that argument. It has been. But the timing is where I'm being critical.
Yep.
I really think now I'm only assuming because I don't know now.
You know what happens when you assume.
Yes, we
they
do.
make an ass out of you and you. But
Go back to 4th grade.
2 plus 2 is 5. But right now, that is what they're doing. They're making it. They're coming off as pandering, and a lot of people are taking it as such. And my initial knee-jerk was, oh, my God, why are you pandering?
Because that's Disney.
Again, my point.
That is Disney. That is what they do.
And I'm going to be critical of any company who does that.
But at the end of the day, you're still going to go.
I know.
And you're still going to give them your money.
What you said last episode, I'm like,
What did I say?
About the hardcore will go.
Of course.
And that the only people who, the one down or the people who are socially, whatever, the SJW people who are going to be fighting for, whatever they're fighting for this week, that they will, be happy. But to me, again, they're pandering. Even if they're not pandering, they're pandering because of the timing of it. You see what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So
I understand.
Even if they had the plan, we're going to do it, and we're going to move forward, and we want to represent that, and we think it's time to upgrade, and blah, 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 whatever they wanted to do. But look at when.
Right. No, I understand, and I am not arguing that. But from a business point of view, it's smart. It is smart because they are not going to get kickback at all.
No, you're right.
They're not.
You're right.
They are not going to get any pushback from this. They're not going to get anybody that's going to say, F this park, I'm not going, a.k.a. Jessica Galaxy's Edge. They're not going to do that. They're going to have no resistance. They're going to have no one that's going to... There's not one soul, including myself, that would not buy merchandise that's Princess of the Frog. I don't buy splash stuff. I've had a T-shirt. I've had a towel. I've had a this. I've had a that. Here's my money. Take it.
Well, and now, like I said, going to the 10,000 foot view, that I think we're gonna get that. This is the beginning of the end for Critter Country.
I'm okay with that.
And you know what? I am too. Because when they got rid of Country Bear, which was how long ago now?
Right. That was the end of Critter Country.
That was the beginning. That was the end where it was relevant.
Yes. And
After that, it became
Hungry Bear.
Other than where it is, because the Hungry Bear is a great location.
Right, but you could do any restaurant like that.
You could theme it. Hence my point. I think, in my opinion, now looking at it,
you could make a double-decker Gibson girl. And Mark would never leave.
He would never leave. He would go up and they're like, we ain't going anywhere. Bring me more ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you already had one, Mark. I want another. You already had two, Mark. I want another. Yeah, Mark would never.
But I haven't had that flavor.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's double-decker.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
like 75 different flavors
There
of
you
ice
go.
cream that you can get.
Yeah.
So my point is, looking at what they're doing, I hate the timing. I
understand.
Hate the timing.
But
for me to sit here and go like Splash Mountain to me is a great historical thing and it means a lot to me.
I love Splash.
I would be lying. But for me, I would be lying. I like Splash. I have fun on Splash.
See, I have so many memories.
And you have and to be honest, you have more than I.
Yes.
But again, my biggest point is I think the timing is horrible.
The timing's horrible. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, and I think the rationale, again, we're only speculating because we have nothing. We're only speculating that they have had this in the works for a while. They had to have. There is nothing. Yeah.
For the
hate,
actors, the voices.
Yeah.
Just that concept art that they put up, that didn't happen in 4 weeks.
Nope.
Because
you're gonna have people going, nope, yeah, nope, don't like it, change it, da da da.
It's gonna be so pretty. It is gonna be gorgeous. I can already tell you, room for room, what they're gonna do.
Okay.
Because as long as they don't get rid of any of the drops, which is another fear that I will think.
I don't think that's happening.
They will.
No, I don't think that's happening.
I don't think they will.
Because when you do that, then you're talking about a much bigger thing than retheming.
Right. But is she gonna? I mean, they're gonna have to redo the front.
Well, yeah,
they're gonna have to redo. You're not gonna come out of a briar patch.
No. And
fireflies,
right?
Well, they have the fireflies. Like when you look at the concept art, it's not going to be her sitting there, but like they have that concept art of the fireflies. Which again, this is going to be something that's more aesthetically pleasing at night than it is during the day, especially coming down that drop, being out in the open. You're not going to see those fireflies. You know what I mean? It's not going to be. It's going to be an attraction that's better at night.
Yep, it's better at night.
It's you start outside. You go up, your first drop is outside. Then you go into the attraction, your couple other drops, and then you have the big drop. And then if you're just like covered with fireflies, and then the end of the ride is probably going to be, I would guess the way that I would end it would be in her restaurant. You go into her restaurant with her and Naveen and blah, blah, blah. Or it would be the wedding in the bayou, but I anticipate them getting us out of the bayou, getting them back into humans and not frogs, and then finishing the film. Because you can't end the film with them as frogs.
No.
You can't. No. Because they've learned from Snow White's Scary Adventure that you can't have shortcuts like that.
No.
Because that attraction is like
and
definition of you had a storyline and you kind of went with it, but then there was a princess, and then you see her once, and then you see her at the end with the prince. Where would the prince come from? I don't know. He was just there.
And the big thing is, it is a much longer attraction with more opportunity.
There's a plethora of opportunity, but the movie itself is so much
story
longer.
forward. Well, the one thing that as I
still like my shop idea of a voodoo shop from Dr. Facilier. I'm going to live on that until it happens, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be broken.
Okay.
That's just so cool. How can you tell me?
No,
I mean, no enthusiasm.
No,
we're watching this movie later.
Because I don't have a tie with the movie.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, 3 times. 2 times.
Okay, fine, whatever.
2 times or 3 times.
Whatever.
Well, okay. Here's where I'm coming from. That as we talk more, and as now we've been sitting on it for like a week now.
Yeah.
One of the things that cut me deep with the attraction, and I have to acknowledge it, is that I have a deeper connection with the characters and everything in the attraction right now. Because where did those come from?
Song of South.
Song of South. No, they came from America Sings.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they
for me,
reuse those.
No, I know, but where? Okay, so let me finish. One of the best memories I have as a kid growing up
is America Sings.
Yeah, with my mom.
Right.
And my family, and my mom clapping along, us kids embarrassed, and And for me, when I rode that, it took me back to that.
Well, yeah.
And my memory was America Sings. And now I'm like, okay, if they do that, what they have done to me, and that is where I get my personal anger isn't the right word. I get sad and I reminisce because they are eliminating a memory that I could go on that attraction and tap back into. Because I'm looking at the Eagles, I'm looking at the characters and going, oh man, remember when they were there and they were singing that song? And my mom would be like, yeah, kids clap. And we're like, no, Mom, leave me alone. I don't want to be embarrassed. But she didn't care. And as I've grown up and all the things that have happened to my family and everything, those were good times. And they connect me to Disney at the core. So for me, when they want which I know isn't a snap decision, I have to be real about that. But it doesn't change my emotion that they are now, with that move, going to eliminate one of the best memories I have as a child. So for me, I'm angry, but I'm more hurt, if that makes sense, because now that one string that I have of my family intact, which my family isn't intact anymore.
Right.
So they cut that. And I know they have no way of knowing that. But if I'm feeling that way, how many more thousands, if not millions of people have that same connection? So now that is going to get off. I can't necessarily argue with them over it. I can. But I have to recognize that that is my emotion. So I am sad, upset, and disappointed because now they are inadvertently, directly, but very directly affecting my memories, and not being able to go back to Disneyland and ride that attraction and remember that, because without a doubt, every time I've ridden it, we turn that corner, we find that boat, and they're there, the Eagles are there and whatnot, and they're moving around, and I'm like, and I'm back to being 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm back to hearing them sing. And I'm back to looking over my mom and going, Mom, you're embarrassing me. And all of that, looking at my sister and looking at my brother, and we're all like, oh my God. And that is why, for me, it hurts at a point that I didn't think it would go there. But that is the reality of it. So I'm extremely torn because on a personal level, it cuts pretty deep. Yeah. But I've often made the argument that we cannot always fault Disney because they are a corporation. They're there to make money. So to me, I'm upset because of my personal connection to what is in there now. And I don't have faith that I will be able to go back and find that memory yet again. Because I remember when it shut down, I went, oh my God, where did that go? Where did that go? And then they're like, oh, it's over there. And I went, okay, good. Now, where is it going to go? And for me, and again, what about all the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds, or even millions of people? How many people are going to feel like me, like, where did that go? Where am I going to go now? Where can I go and have a physical, visual representation of my childhood? Gone. So Disney, just you're right, they're savvy in their timing. So as much as I can give them a tip of the cap for their timing because they're smart, I can also give them a middle finger and go like, screw you for taking advantage. So it's very difficult, you know what I mean? Because at one point, I understand, and at the other point, I'm like, F you for what you're doing right now. I think I would have been okay with it being unveiled to D23 at a level where I'm not, where I'm like begrudgingly being like, okay, fine. Now I'm like, no, because it comes off as pandering.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a small thing attacking Mark.
Yes, little kitten. Oh.
Get him. But anyway, Mark hasn't really said very much.
Okay, yeah. So, like, my take on all this is actually, I mean, so I don't want to rehash the thing about the timing. We all know that optics and timing is everything, but the optics on this look very, very bad for me. Like you said, if they had announced this on D23 or even like a year ago, I would have been okay with it. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that they've been on the works for this for a while, but I think they can also use that excuse for anything. Mm-hmm. Because my biggest concern is, and I don't even want to go through the theming yet, the concept art looks beautiful, and I have no doubt that it's going to be spectacular.
It's going to be incredible.
Are we going to ride it? Yes.
Yeah, and we will never argue that it isn't going to look beautiful and run. I mean, that is what Disney does.
Right. Yeah. And I do think that Jess is right, is that they kind of just cashed in on this. Hey, you know what? You're not going to get any pushback, so let's just go and let's just do it now. But anyone that's looking back going, hey, wait a minute, the timing on this is very, very suspect. Why are you doing this? Are you pandering to the minority?
Well, yes, because then they can appease them.
Yeah.
Even if they are Splash Mountain fans.
Yeah.
I think, they looked at it and they went, hey, look, our downside is very small right now.
Yeah.
Or they're betting on it.
Right. But my big red flags is like the people that complain about stuff, they're insatiable. You know, they it's okay, we got this now let's get that, and now let's get this, and now let's get that. So Disney at some point has to have a stop to this. I wonder where. I mean, I'm just gonna say it now. Is it too early to start making save Trader Sam shirts?
Well,
that won't be a problem.
Well, as we're leading up to recording tonight, we've had a few discussions about that, and you brought up that about, hey, and not only you, but other people have been like, what's next?
Sure.
And I made the comment to you, I'm like, you brought up Trader Sam, I'm like, well, I hope not, because he's actually in authentic garb.
He is.
But
yes.
As we know, what I love to call the outrage mob, they don't care.
No.
They don't care.
And that's what I'm talking about. These guys are insatiable. And no matter what it is, the thing is, they're never going to be happy, ever. So that aside, it's coming, whether or not we like it. Yes, it's going to be great theming. I am concerned about Critter Country because I actually love Critter Country. I actually love the concept, and I wish there was more of that in the park. And I mean, you can make an argument now that, you know what, we can actually extend Galaxy's Edge and create a small Endor over there. On that section, maybe you can, but
you're cut off.
No, but no. Okay,
no,
I think I know where you're going. But continue.
I 100% disagree with that. But they think there's. I mean, they've got. Look, they've got contingency plans for every attraction, because you know what's going to happen.
They have to.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. They're going to take away Trader Sam, and they're going to go, you know what? We have the Jungle Cruise movie coming out. We've been working on this for years and years of taking him out. And now it's going to be The Rock or whatever his character's name is going to be in there. To me, it's... They always have a CYA for this.
They have to.
They have to. And,
they have to.
And to me, this is all that it is. This is a CYA.
Oh, right now, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course. But no, Jess is right. They go, oh, we can actually cash in on this.
Yep.
With no kickback.
Yes. So maybe
a little, but not much.
Right. I mean, so I'm not fooled by any of that. Okay, so did Splash Mountain need a retheme?
Yes.
Yes, or it did. Okay, at the very least, it needed to be enhanced because the animatronics that we saw. I mean, some rooms were dark when we were in there, right? Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. It needs help.
Well, you know, I think the thought or the decision was at that point, like, okay, do we come in here and revitalize and spend money and do whatever to splash and revitalize Critter Country, or do we go through and cut it out? Now with the move of this, we can see the decision. Critter Country is dead. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I'm being hyperbolic or over the top when I'm saying
you're not.
With that move, Critter Country is gone.
Yeah,
it is short for our life. It is going away.
This is its death blow for sure.
And without a doubt. So then that becomes, if I am a Imagineer or in Disneyland corporate or whatever, okay, we're going to make the call. We're getting rid of Splash. We're going to retheme it to Prince of the Frog, which then will directly tie it to New Orleans.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We can follow that thought, okay? But then what happens to Hungry Bear? What happens to Pooh? Do we make a line? You can't. And so to me, I'm like, okay, then in my mind, I'm like, they have their plan with what is left now, which isn't much.
Right.
Because when that opens, you can't call whatever they're going to rename it or recall it is no longer in Critter Country.
Okay.
It's gone. What do we do? So Mark bringing up the topic about it being like, oh, we can make that into a Disney or a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Indoor. Yeah, you could, because at that point, what else are you going to do?
What? Yeah.
Are you going to extend New Orleans now all the way out? What are you going to put in place of Pooh? Or Pooh's Corner, or any of that.
Voodoo shop.
Voodoo. I mean, a voodoo shop or Tiana's place could be back there.
But you could. Again, you could. But then what you're doing now is you're turning Critter Country into Princess and the Frog Land.
No, it's New Orleans Square.
No. But okay. No. But look at. No. If you go over there, right?
Now.
And
here we go.
And then you put Splash Mountain and you change it to Princess of the Frog, and then you go through and you change everything in Critter Country to match that theming. You are not talking about it being New Orleans Square anymore. No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
What? Okay. And what do we have in New Orleans Square?
Pirates.
And?
Mansion.
Okay, wait. I will cut you off right there because those are two different those are two different attractions with two different things.
Yes.
And that no. But if you go and then you put that and then you put everything around it, that you have now made Princess and the Frog Land.
It's in its own corner. If they were to do Frozen and do the Frozen attraction and do like a Frozen themed restaurant, would it be Frozen Land? No.
Yeah, it would be.
It's going to be an extension of Fantasyland.
Nope. Okay. Be real. No.
And I know Frozen.
I know what you're going to want to call it and what they're going to want to call it, but at the end of the day, in all reality, it is Frozen Land.
So if they did a Beauty and the Beast attraction and they did Beast Castle, you would call it Beauty and the Beast Land?
Yep.
No.
Because it would be.
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it would be.
Because it is associated.
Semantics. You're talking semantics.
You're talking crazy.
No. Because if you do that, okay. If you take a complete land, okay, what you're talking about is parts of land. I'm talking about completely. No, you're taking Critter Country.
Is Critter Country really a land?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No.
Is it really a land? You have food that is identical to Tomorrowland Terrace.
Okay.
You have
Hear me
out. You have one shop that is the equivalent to a corner of the Emporium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you have two attractions.
Right.
Okay. That's a land.
Look at the map. Okay.
I understand that it is a land, but it's really not. You look at every other land in that park, minus Toontown, because we can both agree that that is not a land; it's a shit show.
Oh, hey!
It's not a land. Galaxy's Edge is more of a land than Critter Country, and coming from me, that means a lot.
Heated.
Point of all you are saying doesn't matter because I can because I can go to a map. And the map will tell you what land is where. And when I look at that map, what is that area called?
I understand that.
No. What is it called?
I understand that it's Critter Country.
Okay. It is a land.
But you can remove said land and extend the current land.
Okay.
You can extend it.
Then
and
that
make it a part of something that
recognize,
is better.
You recognize they need to completely go in there and gut everything then.
Yes, that is my point.
Now, my counter will be that if they do that, why couldn't they cut it off there and go, okay, now our line, that path, is our line.
I have a question.
No, you have, no. You're cut off.
No, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay.
So I know that you were kind of joking, but you said you could make it like Endor.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Endor Land, or is it going to be an extension of Galaxy's Edge?
Well, I don't think it's going to work because you.
No,
It wouldn't be because you're actually dividing the land.
So you would have an Endor Land.
Because you're dividing it.
Why? Where's the divider?
The path.
Uh-huh. Where's the path from New Orleans to Critter Country that divides it?
Okay, no, your argument doesn't make any sense because
It makes perfect sense.
Only in your whacked out head.
It makes perfect sense.
Nope.
It is one transition, and you have to admit the transition from New Orleans Square to Critter Country isn't a transition.
It's just a bridge.
It's just a
It's
bridge.
a bridge, yeah.
It's just a bridge.
A bridge too far.
That's right. The only thing that divides you is where you can get some soup.
Well, there you go.
And churro.
Okay, well, now I can get some gumbo. Boom.
My point. No, my point is that we can argue it back and forth because because you can easily go, okay, right there on that side of the path,
right,
is New Orleans Square, and on this side of the path is Endor.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Why?
Because Endor cannot support itself.
It is when it's an extension of Galaxy's Edge. But okay,
But-
where I'm gonna go. Hold on.
Oh.
Slow your roll.
I have an idea, but go ahead.
Oh, I want to hear Mark's
It
idea.
won't work.
Third party.
It won't work because
No,
it doesn't fit with the theming of
Right.
Correct.
of Galaxy's Edge.
And there's also the Disneyland Railroad cuts right through there, and that cannot break up the theming.
Correct.
Okay.
That is the actual solid argument to make. Now, going back.
There are trains in Princess.
A question though, or a statement.
Okay.
So while I love,
Raised your hand. I love it. You're
thank
picking it up.
while I love Critter Country, and I'm a fan of it, if they wanted to name that section like New Orleans Backwater Bayou or something like that, I'd be down with that. And you just extend on this Princess and the Frog theme. It's a swampy bayou back there, and they do something with
Like with Mama Odie's.
Yeah, but again, you need to
Ooh, Mama Odie's.
have a spot for Winnie the Pooh because classic Disney character. You need to have that character represented somewhere.
Yes, but he could go into Fantasyland.
He could. Yeah.
He could, and
yeah.
with an extension of Fantasyland, when we remove Toontown,
Yeah.
he could technically go there.
Yep, absolutely.
Because that attraction is not very popular either.
No, it's not at all. It's
I mean, we ride it, but it's not great.
right. And then while we're on this theming thing, I just want to bring up a couple of things. Number one, Walt Disney World. This lives in Frontierland,
Yes.
not Critter Country.
Which is going to be interesting.
Interesting. The other interesting fact is that this Splash Mountain exists in 3 parks. Tokyo Disneyland is not getting touched.
Well, they're talking about it, but they're not going to touch it.
No, they're not going to.
touch it.
So that's interesting to me that it's going to remain the way it is in Tokyo Disneyland, and I wonder why.
Oh, I can tell you.
You tell me right now, Udi.
Because in Tokyo, they do not have the outrage mob rolling around.
Okay.
Plain and simple. They don't
You don't
have
us flying all the way there to go to the parks.
well, no, and then you have people.
Disneyland Outrage Mob is a good name for our social
I
club.
like it. And the other thing is that you do not have the history in that country that we have.
They have a different history.
And that is plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would argue that when they go on to Splash, they are not going, wow.
They've never seen the movie. They have no idea.
You don't. No. You're making a huge assumption right there.
You think that they have it in Chinese?
You don't know.
Or Japanese? Tokyo's
You
in
don't
Japan.
know. You don't know. Do you know for a fact
I'm asking you. With
My
this
my
look, I'm
my
asking
my
you.
point is we don't know.
Just,
But
do
the
you
other
think they sell it there? It's only banned in the U.S.
yeah. Recognize of where we are, and that where we are, there is a huge big world out there that does
It's
not
a great, big, beautiful tool.
that does
Hey.
not share or is
No,
not
I
going through
agree
what
with
we're going
that,
through right now.
But I just don't see people putting that movie on for their kids.
No,
because it's not entertaining.
well,
them
okay,
or
but
bright
okay,
enough.
but you're making the point of a non-racial.
Yes, that's exactly
point.
That's where I'm going with it.
So my point is, maybe not, but they're not going to ride that ride and go like, oh, by the way, you know that the history of this ride is based on a movie that I feel is racist. They don't think that
they
way.
don't think that
They
way.
don't have that
They don't.
problem. They don't have that issue. So it makes no sense for them to change it. Now, if they're having a low attendance and people are not connecting with that ride for whatever reason, then I'm like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
The point is we are different here. And for where we are right now, everybody is running around going, everything is racist. We need to tear down every statue.
Everything is awesome.
Everything. I wish it was. I wish people could recognize that our country is freaking awesome.
Yep.
And they need to recognize that. But anyway. That's my point. So, again,
Okay.
if they don't need to change it because they're not going through what we're going through right now.
Right.
And they never will.
No.
Because we are different. The United States of America is one of the youngest countries on the planet, and we just so happen to kick ass. And regardless of any other person out there who may try to tell you that we don't, they're wrong.
Well, we know that.
They're wrong. Our country kicks ass on so many levels, and if you want to know more, damn me. I will start, and we'll be here for a very, 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 very long time. And I'll tell you exactly what
So
we
let's
do.
some quick takeaways.
Yep.
We all agree the theming is going to be great, and
Yeah.
it's going to push the limits.
Yeah.
And we are excited about a potential New Orleans Square extension.
I can't make that argument against it. I can't.
Okay, but we have some fears about what's coming up next, and whatever that is, right? Because there's going to be something next. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Galaxy's Edge, remaking that whole damn thing.
Again, I'm going to call BS. You do not hate it.
No, you don't
You may
hate it.
not be a fan of it, but you don't
I
hate it.
despise the land.
No, you don't.
I like an attraction.
No, you don't.
Despise the land.
No, you
Disdain.
don't. No, you don't.
I say it with utter disdain.
No, you don't. I call BS of the highest order. Yep. Nope.
You're cut off.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
All right. So it wasn't that painful of a discussion as I thought it was going to be.
Well, we could keep on going because
No.
I think the one thing that we're going to here on the show is we try to keep everything at a level where, because me, and I can go on a very, 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 very long tirade about where we are and where I think we need to go and what the problem is with this entire mess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
That isn't what we're here for.
No.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We have to talk about Disneyland with our friends.
Yeah, and in all reality, I hope what our listeners are going to get out of it is the fact that we need to have the conversation. We need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have opinions from every end, from people hating it, to people being okay with it, to people really looking forward to it. And that is good. Anything that we can have that forms a cogent, passionate listening while having disagreement and the discussion is important for us to have. And at the very minimum, I hope that people understand that everything that we're talking about is coming from a place of having a heart and emotion for where we are and what we love.
Yeah.
And that we are not going to run around and cut you off or cancel you because you disagree. We will never do that.
Nope.
And in moments like these, it is super important for everybody to find a common ground. So while I'm not happy with it, I think I can find common ground with the people who are, because I know at the very minimum that the theming and the job that they will do will be good.
Yep, for sure.
And we can find that common ground where, okay, you may be super excited about it, and I'm going to be like, but can we agree that it will be good at one level? Yep.
Of course.
And why? And that is the one thing that I hope people can start learning, that is what we need. Have a heated, at times emotional, back and forth argument, discussion, but it's open and honest and truly accepting of diverse opinions.
Sure.
So I want to thank everybody who chimed in.
Absolutely.
Because while I may not agree, I respect your opinion, and I'm glad you guys chimed in because we love it.
Absolutely.
We love having the diversity of thought and thinking and process. And we will, as we move along here, we will at one point be riding it. And at the very least, guess what? It's going to get me back on it.
For sure,
so
absolutely.
I guess mission accomplished.
Yep.
I guess, you know.
Yep. I like to think that we are more alike than we are different.
Oh, without a doubt. And I think again, good point, because again, I hope people can use what we're doing here and maybe go out one half step or one quarter step and recognize that even though we disagree from maybe minutia.
Yeah.
But at the whole, we are much, much, much closer than we think.
Absolutely.
Spot on, my friend.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yep.
In closing, did you want to read Jacob's post, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Udi prepares for that, I just want to say thank you guys for listening to our show tonight or today. It means a lot. I like to just remember just to use this show as a escape from real world, and we can sit every 2 weeks and talk with our friends about a park that we love and are passionate about. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the Patreon link, and then you can check out the options we have for you. We make it super easy, $1, $3, or $5. It could be a one-time payment or a recurring payment. Also, stay tuned for the LTP Lounge, which will be our YouTube channel coming up later this summer. We hope to get out like once a month where we can connect with you guys to do a live show, and also going to upload of our audio podcast on that channel as well. So yeah, we picked this topic of Disneyland to do a show on, and we are I'm never surprised how much stuff we can talk about. I honestly thought that we got like 4 or 5 shows. Yeah, but here we are, episode 112, and it's still going strong. We're passionate about it as we were from day one. And with that, we're going to close out the show with, I guess, we'll talk just briefly after this, but Udi's going to read a comment from one of our friends.
Yeah. So we had Jacob from Wonder Smack on last episode, and we were talking about the petition for the change, and now, obviously, since that episode is dropped. He did on the episode comment that he didn't want to make Wonder Smack and go into a realm, but let me read the comment or the post that he brought up in the comment, because it is one of those things where somebody expressing their opinion is very important, and especially right now in the time we're living in. People should be more willing to speak their mind than not. So let me go ahead and read it. It has a picture of, the post is a picture of, I believe it is his boy holding up a Briar Rabbit in front of the Splash Mountain. His post is, damn. Oh, so Splash Mountain is getting canceled. Damn, this sucks. As I always loved the attraction and the movie it was based on. Uncle Remus was a hero to me, and his message was of that of transcendence. In true Disney fashion, his story was beautifully told and animated. It gave kids a different way to look at the world. Now it'll be gone. All of it true. True to period pieces, the clothes, sets, people, and language / dialect was accurate for its time. It's this that many people are offended by. I'm not. If it was up to me, I wouldn't change a thing. There are plenty of places where things should change where race is involved. I don't feel this is one of them. Do you take offense to the Mexican bird in the tiki room that talks in a stereotypical Mexican accent? What about the stereotyped Indian on Main Street? Even the country bear jamboree is a stereotype of white people from the South. Should we continue to axe everything that makes us different? As a little Mexican kid that grew up in the 80s, I saw that film many times. Every time, the takeaway was that there was hope in bad times. A place that I could go to in times of trouble. The old man Uncle Remus was freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi. A pool of wisdom for the distraught, a wise sage for the kids to look up to. Issues of race never came up for me, nor did it influence the way I treated black people. The movie showed people of all colors how to go beyond circumstance. Now people are celebrating that it's gone / canceled. Just speaking out to say that I am not a participant in this rampant cancel culture we're witnessing all over the place. I have been a recipient of racism many times in my life because of the color of my skin. With time, it's lessened greatly. I hold no grudges. I want no reparation. I love all people and celebrate our cultural differences. If you see it fit to cancel me, you have that choice. Excuse me while I go to my laughing place with plenty of sunshine headed my way. So, hablemos el mismo idioma, dame la mano, mi hermano, which means we speak the same language, give me your hand, my brother. Which to me was,
I like that saying, man.
Yeah. And he put up a very good point that, again, a lot of people who make these arguments come from a point of, I don't know, I how do I put it, but they don't know. They don't know fully what they're talking about at one level. There are people who do, but I've heard many a comment from people who I look at and go like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't. And I think you feel like you do, but I'm going to tell you right now that you don't. And him growing up the way he did and the way I grew up too, there are things that I've heard many people say like, you have no idea what you're talking about. I've lived it. I know it. You do not. But anyway, here was my answer. I said, beautifully said, my friend. I'm the firstborn in this country of my immigrant parents. I was taught to never look at someone through the lens of race. The constant need for someone to always look at it through that lens. Then they say they are fighting against it completely baffles me. It's like a car detailer obsessed with a spot in the wheel well and only seeing that, completely forgetting how much work they've done to make the vehicle look better and ignoring the work they've done. As a people, we need to acknowledge all the great work we have done, how far we have come. Those who forget, or in most cases now erase history, will be doomed to repeat it. I stand with you, my brother. That was my response. He responded back to me. He said, thanks, brother. Same here. My dad was born in Mexico. I'm the first generation in the United States. I hate seeing the world through the lens of race. It only serves to divide.
Absolutely, yep.
So, coming from, again, from me, coming from a place where I've said it before on the show, but if you don't know and you're a newer listener, I'm the firstborn of immigrant parents. I don't agree on political things often with them, but the one thing that we do agree on is that we've come a long way. Our country is a great country. My parents chose to come here. And for me, that is a bigger patriotic statement than a lot of people can make. Same thing with him. Same thing with Jacob. We understand, coming from parents of immigrants, how much this country means to a lot of people. And for the way we grew up, understanding different culture, different races, we were inherently, because my parents came from a different culture. I grew up with that culture. His did too. And we look at things differently. So when we see things like that, like what's going on now, and what people are saying, like you said, celebrating the change, we kind of go like, why? Because they're looking at it through a different lens. But anyway, he's very accurate in what he's saying as far as how it's coming off right now.
Yep. All right.
But anyway, thanks, Jacob, again.
Absolutely.
And what? Through all of it, though, I feel like I need to try to be a little bit brighter here. Look at Jacob, and I'm going to continuously bring this up. Look at everybody we've met because of the park.
Everyone's great.
We're going to sit here and argue back and forth on whether or not we agree with the change, but at the end of the day, look at how many people we have connected from the park and how great they are.
Yep.
And we don't care, again, we don't care from any of us three. We don't care what color you are.
No.
We don't care where you came from.
No.
We don't care what you believe in.
We do care if you don't like Disney, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
That is where we connect. We love Disney. We may argue about whether or not we agree with the decision they're making, but at the end of the day, we all connect with Disney, and that is direct. What is the word? Direct representation, directly because of Walt Disney.
Yep.
So everything we do and everything we talk about on the show and everybody we've met, at the end of the day, is a beyond net positive.
Yep.
And I am incredibly thankful for everybody who has commented, and I say it in everybody we've ever met through the show. And regardless of anything, if you agree with me, disagree with me, doesn't matter. We love you, we care about you, and we're glad you're part of the family.
Absolutely. Well said. Good job, Woody.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up episode 112. We will return to cheerier times, talking about food in Frontierland next episode 113, and I'll probably have one of my daughters on for that. All right, Jess, so where can people find you?
I don't tweet, so don't look for me there.
Oh, shoot.
Snapchat, I don't even know what my Snapchat code is, but it's on my Instagram way at the bottom, which is Storybook Jess, and my Facebook is Jessica Farfan, and then the podcast page is Leaving Today Podcast, 2 words, Leaving Today Podcast.
Can you add Jessica Farfan Pirate on there for a little while?
For what?
Pirate?
Pirate what? No.
Oh, okay. Boo.
It took me a second. I was like, no.
A little inside joke going on there.
Pirate.
Okay, so for more witty banter, and if you want to DM this guy, where?
You can find me on all of my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all HAXGOALIE. Right now, if you happen to follow me on my Instagram, I'm... how can I put it? I'm a lot more vocal on things that I feel about in the real world. And feel free. I'm unafraid of questioning comments or anything. I'm pretty open book with my opinion on many things. So you can find me anywhere there. If you agreed with me or disagreed with me on my opinions about said topic, you know where to find me. The other place you can find me will be on my other podcast, which would be The Mando Show, which we are a show talking about The Mandalorian. We wrapped up the episode about the Disney Gallery, which is the behind the scenes about The Mandalorian, about the score, and that will be out before this one is out, but you can find me there too. So again, I want to encourage people to interact with all of us. If you have any questions, again, for me, ask away. I'm an open book. Anybody who has DM'd me, listeners, you guys know that I will respond. I will absolutely respond and be honest in everything that I tell you. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm straight up.
Right on.
Yep.
Okay, you can reach me at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. That's where you can send me an email. If people still do that, you can just
email.
I know, right? You can follow
Eric. I hear you. I see you.
Yeah, you can follow us, of course, on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast, and then go again to our website, leavingtodaypodcast.com. Pick out a shirt, support the show, do all that fun stuff, and then again, be on the lookout for LTP Lounge later this year. All right, yeah. One last thing.
Isn't there congrats we need to give to somebody, Jessica?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What happened?
You don't want to?
Aaron and Karina.
Oh, Aaron and
I thought you would want to.
Oh.
Well, I know, but you beat me to
No.
it. So
Okay. No. Go ahead. No. I think I think you're more excited than I am. No, I'm kidding.
No, we're all excited about
No,
that.
we
I
all
just-
are. But it's Jess, and you know how she likes little babies, and
I love babies,
Yep.
and we have a new LTP family member that's going to be coming.
Woohoo!
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Aaron Karina. It better be a girl. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna say.
man.
Baby number 2.
Yeah. Congrats, you guys.
Congratulations.
We're all happy for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't wait. Yeah. Q is gonna have a baby brother,
Or sister.
Or
We'll find
sister.
out. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys. We're happy for you.
Yeah. One last quick question. What is your best guess for the name of the new attraction for Splash Mountain?
Ooh.
Something. I want to say like Tiana's Bayou, like Jubilee, or
Oh.
like something like that. Tiana's. It's not going to be the Princess and the Frog. It's going to be
No.
Tiana.
I'm feeling the Bayou part of it. Bayou
Oh, yeah.
Run or Bayou.
Tiana's Escape from the Bayou.
No.
Bayou Breakout.
with like 3 exclamation points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we can't in Mission Breakout.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That is a good question.
well,
I don't know. Where
we
would
should
you
ponder that.
Can we put a pool? Hey, question for the listeners. Let us know. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll put that on Instagram.
Yeah.
For now, I'm going with Princess and the Log.
I like it.
Wah, wah.
I'm joking about that. That'd be ridiculous.
No, I think you're right, Jess. It's gonna be Bayou.
It's gonna be like
Tiana's
a
Bayou.
Yeah.
Bayou
Adventure. Tiana's Bayou.
Breakout. No, Bayou.
Adventure wouldn't be bad, depending on what. Okay,
Because they're gonna change Snow White's Scary Adventure, so that's no
Oh.
longer gonna be
Right, but I'm wondering. Okay, here is a question of the hour. Adding to another one is what story are they going to tell? Is it going to be the movie?
Oh.
It's gonna be the movie.
Okay. Well,
It's gonna be the movie. They're gonna play out the movie.
okay. Well, then I don't know. My opinion is that they should do something else.
Oh, see, I think they should play the film out.
Yeah, I think
Bayou.
The film is great.
Backwater Bayou.
No, I'm not going to
Or-
argue that. I enjoyed the film. I'm not going to lie.
And the
I watched it. I'm like,
music's
okay,
phenomenal.
yeah. Overall,
And
I've
Dr. Facilier
I've
is great.
I like that character. I can't lie. I like that character. He has a cool little level of like dastardly
Twistedness.
evil, and I'm like, when he popped on screen, I'm like, ooh, I kind of like you. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think they need to create a whole new story. In my opinion.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let that marinate for a while, and we'll put a post in there and see what we come up with. Oh, Jazz. Yeah.
Well, no, go ahead and finish. I'm
No,
gonna end it. I'm gonna end a statement after. I'm gonna have the last word.
Okay.
Of the show. So go ahead.
So if that's the case, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
They're trying to change John Wayne Airport into naming something else. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland is now in its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
Your log is dry.
I know, but I have another one.
Oh, okay. You should put that in there. You're funny. Ow, that hurt. Don't make me smile like that. Ow.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face